Hi, I'm Annalise Kirby from Sotheby's here in New York City, and I wanted to get on and talk a little bit about the market and what we are experiencing right now in the New York City real estate market. The Q2 reports just came out recently and they were very surprising to a lot of you. So I wanted to get on and offer a little color and a little clarity to those reports and tell you really what we're seeing right now in this moment. What did these reports just say? Well, they showed a notable increase in transactions and in sales prices in the city. In terms of transactions, we were up 9% from Q2 of last year. In terms of average sales price, we were up 3% overall across all price points, but that was really actually driven by listings $10 million and above. So in that category specifically, we were up 8% from Q2 of last year, which is interesting to note. And looking back 2 years, so going back to 2020, average days on market have been continually trending downwards. So what does this tell us overall? It says that transactions are up, sales prices are up, days on market are down, and the luxury market is strong. Well, how does that add up? Because we're also dealing with inflation, stock market turbulence, rising interest rates. I mean, how could there be such positivity across the board given these factors? Well, I will let you know. I am here to let you know what's really happening under the hood. It is very important to note that many of the homes that closed in Q2 actually went into contract in Q1 of this year and Q4, some of them, of 2021. And we were in a very different market then. And so the market changes that we experienced during Q2 and the nature of the transactions that are happening right now in this moment are not going to be reported until later in the year. What are we actually seeing? Well, there are a few things to report. One, prices really have cooled. The, bidding wars and these listings going so far over ask, that's not happening anymore. The bidding wars are a thing of the past in this moment. Hand in hand with that, days on market are extending. And now days on market are an extremely powerful factor in terms of price reduction, so that should not be overlooked. In terms of the luxury market, which has driven quite a bit of the year-over-year increases, as I mentioned earlier, there is a notable slowdown. So last week, the week of July 11 through 17, in terms of listings $4 million and above, there were 16 contracts signed. The total dollar volume for those contracts was just over $99 million. That is the lowest weekly number we've had this entire year. That being said, we are still quite busy. Why are we still busy? Because there is low inventory, more is coming on, but it's still low, and we have a pent-up buyer demand. Why do we have a pent-up buyer demand? Because inventory has been low. There has been crazy bidding wars, things going 10, 15, 20% over ask last winter and this spring, and there are people who it's just been hard to be a buyer, and they're still in the pipeline, still looking. Now very happy that things are starting to cool off. So between the relatively low inventory and the buyer demand, we remain quite busy with deals at the moment. Another thing that we are seeing is an increase in cash deals. We are seeing buyers who are wanting to put money into real estate as a safe haven during stock market uncertainty. Earlier this year, we were seeing cash deals as a way to make your offer stronger when it was, competitive in a different way, and now we're seeing a rise in cash deals, for this different reason. So overall, this early 2022 frenzy, it's cooling, but we're seeing new and interesting opportunities, buying and selling opportunities as we're kind of shifting away from this very strong seller's market. So what am I telling my clients right now? I'm telling my buyers, don't be afraid of those Q2 reports. If you've been sitting on the sidelines, unable to jump in because of the crazy competition and prices of everything, get excited. The market is shifting in your favor. This is your time now. Prices are cooling. There are more opportunities for you. There are also going to be opportunities where you don't have to sign away every single contingency and your peace of mind. So things are looking up for my buyers. I would say though that if you are financing, it's extremely important to keep in mind that it is getting more and more expensive to borrow money. Interest rates have nearly doubled since December, and that is real money. That is a lot of money. The couple downticks that we had recently, we saw buyers just rushing to secure their mortgages. So it's very important to run those numbers to know what you can afford with the current interest rate, what you can afford if it goes up, because with the kind of pent-up demand that we have, it's really hard to say how much prices are going to fall opposed to just cool. So an important thing to really think about. If you're not financing, honey, it's your moment. As I said, things are shifting. It's a great time to be you. Let's talk. In terms of my sellers, what I am telling them is reminding them, even though things are shifting, it is still a seller's market. What is extremely important right now is that the price is right. Right now, when something is priced correctly, opposed to aspirationally, it is still selling and it is selling quickly. So for sellers, it is so important right now to have an agent who understands the market and the micro markets here in New York City, because days on market are not your friend. Days on market will kill your sale, and we want to avoid that at all costs. Finally, where are we going? You know, I wish I had a crystal ball to know exactly where all of this market uncertainty will kind of pan out. I don't know, but I can say that things are going to continue in this direction. This frenzy is going to continue to cool, and the absorption rate in this city, I think, is going to continue to shift away from this very, very strong seller's market. I can also say that I have my finger on the pulse of the New York City market, so I can offer you very detailed, very accurate buying and selling advice given what's happening in this moment, in any moment moving forward as things continue to shift. If you didn't know, I'm also working with the incomparable office of Stan Ponte. Stan Ponte, who has been ranked the #2 agent across all firms in Manhattan. So I bring the expertise of his entire team to every one of my deals. So there was a little dive into the market and what's really happening behind the scenes. If you are interested in buying or selling, or just interested in learning a bit more about the market, talking about it, let me know. I would absolutely love to have a conversation. Thanks.